Yeah, we live. We live, baby. Let's get it. Yeah, we live. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Shasti, we're live. It's me, baby Shasti. What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the Late Night Show with your host, Dr. Kojo. And we are back after a 1 week hiatus. I know it hasn't been the longest, but it feels like it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while. We have a great topic for y'all today. 3 things every neurodivergent should stop doing right now. 3 things that you should stop doing right now. That means that these are 3 things that you should have stopped yesterday, but you didn't have this information yesterday. So I understand that. It's all good. You have it now. So now that you know better, you can do better. Go ahead and like the live stream, share the live stream on your respective platforms. We are streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, both my YouTube pages, Twitch, and on TikTok. So we're streaming everywhere, all across the board. And we're talking about 3 things that every neurodivergent should stop doing. Go ahead and use the comment section to let me know what your name is, if it doesn't already pop up there, and where you are checking in from. I'd like to know where my supporters are checking in from. Patrick is checking in from London. It's 2:49 GMT. I don't know what the G stands for. It's not Mountain Time. Or it might be Mountain Time, but I don't know what the G means. But it's almost 3 a.m. in London. Patrick is watching during the manic hours. Patrick, I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. We're going to take off this ring notification. Is this too much? Leilani, what's going on? She's checking in from New York City. San Francisco in the house. Greenwich Mountain Time? Is that what it means? I'm going to come see you in the H. Travis! Travis, I'm excited. If you didn't already know, Houston, Texas is the first stop on our Neurodivergent Big World Comedy Tour. We're going all across the world. I've been saying all across the country, but we are going all across the world. And I'm looking to book some shows outside of the U.S. because I got a lot of supporters. And we got Patrick in London. We got some people in Australia. So I know it's not just the U.S., but we're going to start off in the United States of America, and we're going to start off in Houston, Texas, which is one of my favorite cities in America. It's home to it's home to my favorite restaurant in the U.S. It's a restaurant called Steak 48, and I think that they have one in Chicago as well. But when I went, I was in Houston, Texas. So April the 26th, Houston, Texas. Be there or be square. Link is in the bio. The ticket sales are looking really good for Houston, so come on out. It's going to be an amazing show. All the comics in the lineup are also Neurospicy because I don't have any normal friends. I mean, I'm not anti-normal, but I don't have any normal friends. I just don't. All my friends are Neurospicy. So we're going to put on an amazing show in Houston, Texas on the 26th of April, and I cannot wait. I got this dog hair in my mouth. I cannot wait. Mac, what's going on? Oh, it means M. Okay. Greenwich Mean Time. Gotcha. Rachel's checking in live from Scotland. We have supporters in Scotland. Okay. Aaron on TikTok got a notification 10 minutes early. Awesome. Tierra, yeah, we have a show, Tierra. Houston in the house. Liz is checking in from Houston. Liz, I hope to see you with the show. Hopefully, maybe. Lewis, I want to get back to Chicago. I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but I'm pretty sure that we will be stopping by Chicago this year because Chicago is my #1 comedy city in the U.S. I love Chicago. I love Chicago. Liz is going to be at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club on the 26th of April. Shows at 8 o'clock. I know that a lot of us are Neurospicy, so I probably should say the show's at 7 o'clock. So that way you get there at 7:30 and it starts at 8. Because that's how you get me to show up on time. You tell me an hour, give me the time that's like an hour and 15 minutes ahead of the actual time. So that way, when I show up 35 minutes late, I'm actually 25 minutes early. Like that's me. Adrian, a comedian from Las Vegas. Welcome to the live stream. Normal is born. Normal's born. Normal's born. And Rebecca, look, if the algorithm has blessed you with my content, that means that there's a good chance that you are neurospicy. Because my content doesn't just show up on your For You page for no reason. You are Googling things like free online autism quiz, what to do if you have ADHD, 5 signs of bipolar 2 disorder. You were Googling things like that. And TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, they knew that you were Googling these things because they know what we're searching on our phones. And the algorithm blessed you with my content. So if the content hits pretty close to home, I don't know what to say. You really might be, part of the family. You might be part of the family. And if so, come on in. This is your tribe. This is your tribe. Come on in. Come on in. Enterprise, Alabama. No, it's not asking too much. If there's a comedy club, then I'd love to come out there. I'd love to come out there. Henny on TikTok says, Neurospicy gang. Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. It's a Neurospicy gang. Break by break, my friend keeps sending me stuff to let me know I belong. Oh, also, if your friends are sending you reels and TikToks, and it has a lot to do with ADHD and autism and ADHD, that is a nice way of them saying that they think that you're part of the family. Because it's a little rude to go up to somebody and tell them that they should get tested for autism. You can't just go up to somebody and say, hey, I think you should get checked out for autism. That's kind of rude, right? Even if you had that thought yourself. So what people do is they'll send you a video and say, oh, this video is so funny. I think this video is hilarious. But what they're trying to say is that they think that you could be one of us. And if so, no shame, no shame, no shame, no shame. Molly, happy to have you back on the live stream. Happy to have you on the live stream. And Henny says, we're just spicy humans. That's all. That's all it is. We're just spicy humans. Infinitely Charm says, RDHD here. One thing I like about this community is the fact that nobody's ashamed to drop a diagnosis in the chat. Because back in my day when we were growing up, you couldn't just say, oh, I have autism, I have ADHD. First of all, you didn't even know if you had these things. But now we can introduce ourselves and say, hey, I'm so-and-so. I got ADHD. I'm so-and-so. I think I'm on a spectrum, but I have ADHD. Whatever the case may be, it's cool to be amongst people who also share the same experiences. Because if you're the only person with ADHD in your city, if you're the only person in Enterprise, Alabama with ADHD, if you're the only person in London with ADHD, if you're the only autistic person in Houston, then it can feel very isolating and sad. It'll be sad because nobody else can really relate to the experiences that you're having. But these are all big cities: Enterprise, Houston, London. I'm pretty sure that you're not the only neurospicy person in the vicinity. But it's just that nobody's going to admit to having these things. That's why the internet is such a beautiful place. Rebecca saying, I've been ADHD forever, but after watching your videos, ADHD feels more right. There's a lot of people who fall in this category. They have the ADHD, but they suspect that something else is going on. And if that's the case, come on, join the family. Join the autistic family. Your videos help me be okay with who I am. I share them with my neurodivergent children and students. Jennifer, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I do my best to make the videos at a 5th grade reading level or below. So I'm trying my best to not use big words. It needs to be as simple as possible so everybody can understand what's going on. My fiance has an autistic nephew, and she said, as I have gotten older, my autistic symptoms seem to be increasing. I've never been diagnosed. I'm 40. My fiance and I have been together for 14 years. Well, Jesse, who knows us better than our loved ones? Your fiance has been with you for 14 years. So, I mean, she's seeing some things in you that, is kind of like your nephew. And the autistic symptoms seem to be increasing. It could be that you always had the autism and life just became a little harder. Because as you get older, if you don't get the help that you need, life is just going to seem harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. And that brings me to um, my talking points for tonight about the 3 things that every neurodivergent should stop doing. And April, I appreciate that. I'm very self-centered and I can be vain all the time. So I love compliments. And Montreal, we'll do our best to get out to Montreal at some point. I don't think I've ever been. But shout out to those of y'all who are in Montreal. I'm sorry that we took the Expos away from y'all. And we took them to Washington. And they won the World Series too. Matt, speaking of isolation, this is something that a lot of neurospicy individuals deal with. And I've definitely had my moments where I've been isolating. I didn't realize that I was isolating until I popped back outside and I realized that my social skills were less than ideal. They weren't where they needed to be. So sometimes we do isolate, but just know that humans need humans. And if neurotypical people or normal people are draining you out, come and find some people who are your kind. I'm not saying that we should stick to our kind, but when you have a lot of people who have shared experiences around, then you feel a little less alone. You'll feel a little less alone. Henny says, I'm recently diagnosed ADHD and it made things make so much sense. Then you came along. See, that's what the algorithm does. The algorithm comes at the right time. It comes at the right time. And people say, I get this all the time. People say, well, man, if I saw your content a couple years ago, it would have made such a difference. Well, a couple of years ago, you weren't in a place where you could really appreciate the content. You weren't in a spot where you could really take it all in and soak it all in and know what I'm talking about. But now life has kind of kicked you, in the behind, and things have been hard for you and you've been struggling to relate to people. So now when you see the content, it makes so much more sense. You really, really gravitate towards it and it makes things make all the sense in the world. So I have 3 things tonight that every neurodivergent should stop doing. All right. And look, Joe 9, let me say it before I get to my talking points. Just because other people are neurospicy doesn't mean that you won't get annoyed by them. Keep in mind, autism is a spectrum. ADHD is also a spectrum as well. So you can have somebody who's hyperactive who pisses off somebody who's, inattentive. So just because you have the same condition doesn't mean that it affects you in the same way. And Leah, so I have told the comics that I want to do my best to have a brand of clean comedy. Okay. So if a bad word comes out every now and then from the comics, like they're working on making their act clean. If a bad word comes out, then I apologize, but I want the comedy to be clean because I want kids to hear my jokes. I want middle schoolers. I want elementary school kids to hear my jokes. I want my nephews and nieces to hear my jokes. So in order to do clean comedy, it is important to watch what you say on a day-to-day basis because how you speak is how you also do comedy. So if I'm having, road rage, which I don't normally have, but if I'm a little bit upset and I have a couple of choice words for people, if I don't filter myself, then those words will come out. So it's something that we're all working on because the cussing, we want to keep that at a minimum, hopefully not even have it in the shows at all because we want the kids to come. If you want the kids to come, I want the kids to come. All right. I got 3 talking points for y'all tonight. 3 talking points for y'all tonight. 3 things that every neurodivergent should stop doing. And in the title it says, come see me live in Houston because Houston, Texas on the 26th of April is where we are kicking off our tour at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club. So this will put that out there. All right, 3 things that every neurodivergent should stop doing. Number 1, stop playing small. Stop playing small. So why would a neurodivergent individual play small? Okay. Think about your childhood and all the things that have happened to you and all the things that you've done to yourself. Think about all the negative self-talk that goes on in your head on a day-to-day basis. It's a lot of negative self-talk, especially for those of us who have ADHD, where we have a desire to get a lot of things done and we don't get a fourth of the things that we want to get done in a day. And what happens is if you plan, and this can also happen in ADHD and autism, but if you plan for things to get done and nothing gets done, over time, your body and your mind, will tell you that you're unreliable. So if you keep thinking that you're not reliable, guess what? You're going to say bad things to yourself. You're going to talk to yourself in a way that you wouldn't want a friend to talk to you. But when you talk to yourself in a negative way, it prevents you from playing it big, chasing your dreams, pursuing the things that keep you alive. It's important to understand that because our childhood has wired us to be a certain way. So we can say, oh, I grew up like this, and this is how life has been for me. So this is why I struggle to believe in myself. Or you could say, I've been through a lot of experiences where I've let myself down. There's been moments where I haven't spoken up for myself. I've been my own worst critic, and I've talked to myself in ways that I wouldn't want a friend to talk to me. But still, regardless of that, I'm going to do my best to talk to myself in a positive way. I'm going to be my own best friend. And sometimes you have to look at it from a perspective of an outsider. So if you were person X that's talking to you, how would you talk? Would you say this? Would you say the things that you tell yourself on a daily basis, or would you talk in a more encouraging way? When you talk to yourself, think about the 8-year-old version of yourself. All right. If the 8-year-old version of yourself is right next to you, right? Let's say y'all are two separate entities, just for the purposes of this video. The 8-year-old version of yourself, right? Third grader you is here, and you today is right here. If you made a mistake, all right, let's say you forgot to do something that you told yourself you're going to do today, and now you're behind for the week. How would you talk to the 8-year-old version of yourself? You wouldn't scream at that person. You wouldn't, because who screams at an 8-year-old? Now, I know an overstimulated parent can do that, but even when you scream at a child, you do feel a little bit bad. Now, I know the moms who are overstimulated, who scream at their kids, they feel bad. You're like, dang it, it wasn't that serious. I shouldn't have screamed. Like, I was upset, but I didn't have to scream at that child. So nobody wants to scream at a child, but you will scream at yourself and tell yourself that you're not capable of doing things. And guess what? Failure is a prerequisite to achieving all the things that we want in life. You got to fail in order to succeed. But for those of us who have a complicated relationship with failure and we want to be perfect, perfectionism, that's something that plagues us in the neurodivergent community. Wanting to be too perfect all the time. If you're trying your best to be perfect and you're not making mistakes, so you're not growing, then you're not going to get to where you want to get to. There are a lot of people who are neurospicy, just like you, who are living the life that they want to live, but they do the scary thing every day, or the scary things every day. And when I'm saying scary things, I'm not talking about big things like taking a public speaking class or nothing like that. When I say scary, I'm talking about doing the things that you've been putting off for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, making that scary phone call to a loved one that you haven't talked to in 8 months. Those are scary things. I got a couple of phone calls right now that I got to make that I've been putting off, and I can't tell you why I've been doing that, but I got a couple of phone calls I got to make. I got a couple of appointments that I need to make, things that I've been putting off. I say, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do it. Tomorrow. Every day that you procrastinate is a vote against the person that you wish to be. But the way to get the things done is not by shaming yourself. You have to find a way to be positive to yourself. And it sounds so cliche, because if you're talking to yourself in a very kind and loving way, you're gonna be like, this is crazy. Like, I'm a grown up. I should be talking to myself like a kid. But you should be talking to yourself like a kid if you want to get things done. If you want to prevent yourself from playing it small and you want to go after what you really want, you have to look at the man or woman in the mirror. And you may not like what you see initially, but over time, you will come to appreciate the person that you are. And in sports, there's a saying that a lot of teams will say, or you'll hear from coaches or people in the front office. They'll say, winning solves everything. And it's true. You can have a team that has won 0 games 1 year and they have all kinds of issues. The next year, if they make the playoffs, guess what? Nobody is upset because they won. So the same way that winning solves everything in sports, in the neurodivergent world, doing solves everything. Doing solves everything. Today, I was feeling so good. I was driving in the car, the sun was out, and I was feeling great. And the reason why I felt great is because I got 7 hours of sleep last night. I woke up, caught my flight on time. I got to the airport an hour and a half early. I never get anywhere early. I've never even seen what early looks like, but I got to the airport early. The work that I would normally avoid until noon, I did it. It was all done by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So at noon, I'm driving in the car and I'm realizing that I'm having a good day. And I was trying to figure out, why is my mood so good today? Because I did this scary thing early in the morning and now I can relax. Now I can actually do what I want to do. I've had a good day today because I did this scary thing early in the morning. And when you do, like I said, doing solves everything. When you do, your confidence rises. And when your confidence rises, you now give yourself the permission to play it big. So the things that you're avoiding right now, I'm sure we could write down 3 things that we're avoiding right now: conversations, appointments, people. But the things that you're avoiding right now, the closer you get to doing these things, your confidence is going to shoot through the roof. Doing solves everything. Christy on TikTok, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And Living Autistic on TikTok says, if my 8-year-old self had known what I know now, I would have been far harsher on myself. Well, that's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it. Some people, do feel that way. But just know that kindness to yourself will really help you get things done. And it's weird because, especially for people who have ADHD here, shame has been one of your biggest motivators. Shame and spite. If you want somebody who has ADHD to get something done, tell them that they can't do something. It will motivate the heck out of them. Shame and spite are our biggest motivators sometimes. And that works in the beginning, but at some point, like, you'll be tapped out. You have to be your own biggest fan at some point. At some point. And I know, because I still use shame as a motivator now, but I have to tell myself, all right, Kojo, this will only go so far. We have to actually like ourselves. This is a big one for the neurodivergence. Taxes. I can relate to this one personally. Avoid my taxes as if the IRS is just going to forget about me. No, the IRS ain't going to forget about me. The state of California ain't going to forget about me. They're going to want their money. So we have until mid-April this year, guys. And depending on what state you live in, there may be extensions. But these taxes, even though you can file them 3 years late, it's best to just get it out of the way. Because the longer you wait, the bigger the monster becomes. The monster becomes scarier and scarier and scarier. So don't postpone this one, please. I'm talking to myself too. I'm talking to myself. Oh, Mandy, if I pay for it, it gets done. If I do it yourself, it doesn't just pay. Yeah. Right. I'm assuming you're talking about the taxes. But when we put money behind things, things will get done. And that's one way that I use that to get things done myself. When I pour a significant amount of money into something, oh, best believe that thing will get done. If I pour money into an expensive gym membership, I'm going to go to the gym. If I pour money into anything, I will do it because I don't want to waste the money. But if I spend like $2 on it, I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't care. So sometimes we can spend money on something to help us get things done. So if the shoe fits, guys, if it works for you, it works for you. Save for student loans. Whatever you're avoiding, guys, same for student loans. Same for student loans. My accountant wants an Excel sheet. Oh my gosh. I mean, my first thought is get a new accountant because I don't know how to do an Excel sheet. I know AI can help, but who knows how to do an Excel sheet? I don't know. Like, what in the world? An Excel sheet? Once again, too many steps. Too many steps. And Mandy, I do meal deliveries to the house. And the good thing about that is that it prevents me from eating out. Because what do I look like? Paying money for food to come to the house. And then I still want to go get takeout. That's my toxic trait. I still want to get takeout. Even when I pay for the meal delivery service. But because I pay for it, I'm like, all right, Coach, I got to eat this. I don't want the food to go to waste. So I got to eat this. I got to eat it. Cody, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And once again, that algorithm, it put my content on your timeline at the right time. And guys, AI helps a lot. I would love to get an AI expert on this live stream one of these days to come and talk about how AI can simplify your life. I use AI to help me identify what the priority task is every single day. And I'll ask AI sometimes, hey, AI, I want to do this today and that today and this today and that today. Am I doing the most? And AI will say, well, these tasks take this amount of time. And you say you wanted to go to bed at this time. So we need to identify one priority and do that one thing. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Because I wait. Well, actually, the night before is when I make the plans. The night before is when I get overly ambitious and I say, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do that. And after that, we'll transition to this thing. But then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And that's the problem. Night me is different from the morning me. And I just don't want to do it. I use Gemini. Gemini has been very helpful. Yavas, how are you? And speaking of the AI tools that I use ChatGPT. I use Gemini. I just started using Claude. I use Claude, and that's all for now. But I would love to know more AI tools I could use to help me out. What's my diagnosis? All of them. ADHD, depression, potentially autism, and I could have a couple more. I could have a couple more. I use Grok as well. I forgot about Grok. I use Grok more than Claude. I like Grok a lot. And the lines is all of the above. The second, OpenClaw. I need to check out OpenClaw. Okay. The second thing that every neurodivergent should stop doing is over-explaining yourself. And before I get to that, Edgar, I appreciate that. My church nephew, he's doing a little bit better now. He's still on life support, so prayers and well wishes will be appreciated. Thank you for asking that question, Edgar. I appreciate that. I caught that, so thank you so much. The second thing every neurodivergent should stop doing is over-explaining yourself. All right. It's funny how when people are talking to us, we want people to be concise and straight to the point. Give me what you're going to give me and don't give me any extra words. Straight like that. But then when we're talking to people, we have a tendency to over-explain ourselves. And this can happen for a couple of different reasons. It could be because of people pleasing. It could be because we feel as if people don't understand us and we have to give extra information so that way we are sure that they understand us. But sometimes doing that confuses them even more. But learning how to say things and wait for people to ask questions before you explain again is a skill that all of us can work on. It may not happen overnight, but we can work on this. There's no need to over explain ourselves, especially when it comes to things like boundaries. Because if you're over explaining yourself constantly when it comes to boundaries, people aren't listening to what you're saying, or people are breaking those boundaries and you're deciding to stick around. Because if you tell people they don't want something or that something bothers you and they continue to do it, oh no, we got a problem. We got a problem. Like, this is not going to work out. We got a problem. We got a problem. I over explain so much. And it is a communication issue. Oh, I know I'm over explaining when I start tearing up. I think that this is something that I see a lot with people who are on the spectrum. And this is everybody. Actually, yeah. From those who are high functioning, level 1 to level 3. Because autism means that the way you communicate is different from other people. So because of that, you have to get some type of external help. So when you talk in a certain way and other people communicate in a different way, and you're not sure if people are getting you, the likelihood that you will try to over-explain is pretty high. But the over-explanations can confuse people even more. It's funny how that works. The over-explanation was done to help people understand you more. But the more words that you gave them, the more confused they became. The struggle between over-explaining and under-explaining and feeling cold. Well, sometimes the under-explanation gets the job done. It depends. Sometimes the under-explanation will get the job done. And it doesn't apply to every single scenario, but fewer words can help people understand you. But then that takes a skill. You have to learn the skill of brevity, how to be more concise. This is a skill, and I don't think every neurotypical person is good at this. It takes some work. It takes work to learn how to get your point across in as few words as possible. And sometimes we'll over-explain and then we'll give somebody a story on top of that. Or sometimes we'll do this thing, I do this a lot, where I'll ask somebody a question, but instead of giving them a chance to answer the question, I give them more context clues because I want to be sure that you understand my question. So I ask you a question, but instead of pausing, I'm asking you more questions. I'm giving you more information. The whole time, the other person could have been answering the question that I asked them. These are small communication things, small for lack of a better word, but it really trips you up. You can become very frustrated just by talking to somebody and not being on the same page as them. It's tough. It's tough. Trish, yes, it could confuse people. And sometimes we have no awareness of the fact that people don't know what we're talking about. And this is one thing that I've seen with stand-up comedy. When I'm working out material and I'm at an open mic, or maybe I'm trying out something at a show that I've never tried before, I'll say something and then I'll look at people's faces and I can tell that they don't know what I'm talking about. And it can be embarrassing, but that's my exposure therapy. That's how I become better with rejection. I'll say something and then people are just looking at me like, and you can tell when people are trying to be nice, but they don't know what you're talking about. They'll go like this. They'll be shaking their head like this, but their facial expression says, I don't know where you're going with this, buddy. And it forces me to backtrack and then figure out, okay, all right, this is where I lost them. Okay, how can I do better next time? How can I get my point across in a way that people know what I'm trying to say? Communication is very hard, and words are difficult. I don't think we realize how difficult it is to just to talk to people. And the way you talk to your friends and family is completely different from how you talk to a stranger, because your friends and family have context into who you are. So certain things don't have to be said. You can just look, you can give your brother, your sister, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you can give them a look and they know exactly what you're thinking. A stranger doesn't know who you are. So that doesn't work. You have to figure out how to convey your message without using that look. Maybe you can use a look, but you have to let them know, because they're confused. They don't know what you're talking about. They have no idea. They have no idea what you're talking about. And see, this is why I like this community right here, because y'all understand how difficult it is just to talk sometimes. Sentences are troublesome and words are hard. Most people, if you tell them this, will be like, what do you mean? Like, we can all speak English here. Like, just talk. Like, just say what you gotta say. And then you have to explain to them that it's a communication issue. What I'm saying and how people are taking it, like, there's a drop off somewhere. Communication is my new special interest. And Edgar, you know what's funny? I could turn that into a comedic bit, but one thing I've seen is that sometimes certain things will translate from a live stream or a conversation into Sam comedy, and other times it won't. And one thing that makes it easier is when a lot of people in the crowd are neurodivergent. I'm not saying that everybody has to be neurospicy, but if we have a shared experience, right? If I'm talking to people who are autistic and I'm doing this, then you're gonna feel what I'm saying, like in your soul. You know what I'm talking about. You're like, yeah, I had that experience today. I was trying to talk to these people and they didn't know what I was talking about. So when people feel you, they really feel you. And when people don't, they don't know what you're saying. It's funny. Oversharing, talking about so many things before my point comes across. Yep. And like Chris is saying, sometimes it's easier to talk to strangers than it is for family. And how many of our parents actually know who we are? Think about that. Like my parents, they know Kojo, but they don't really know like who I am. And I'm grown now. And I feel like a lot of us have that same experience where our parents know us, but they don't really know us. Like they know like my favorite color and my favorite football team is the Titans. Like they know that, but do they actually know me? They don't really know me. You know? Some people can relate to that. Let me see. Over-explain, and then I realized it. Me too, Junior Bean. Rebecca, I like this. Parents know their perspective of us. Yeah. And yeah, a lot of people know the masked version. And sometimes you mask around your parents. Sometimes you mask around your parents because there's a lot of judgment there. I remember my mom came to visit me in LA because she had never been. So she finally came to see, where I live and how I live. And she found a lighter on the bed. And she was like, why do you have a lighter? Are you still smoking? And I'm like, nah. But the real answer is every now and then, when I'm cleaning out my room and I see, a hidden 3.5, I'm like, oh, I don't want to waste it. I'll put it in the piper and just, I'll get rid of it. But because of that judgment, and because it'll just take too much energy to explain to my mom, yeah, I don't smoke anymore, but every now and then, like, it's just a lot. So it's easier to say, nah, I don't know how that lighter got there. It is what it is. It is what it is. Because the explanation, you just know that, like, their idea of you, sometimes they can't divorce themselves from that idea. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. It just is what it is. And Akaria. What a name. What's a nice name? The first thing was the number one thing for neurodivergence to stop doing is stop playing small. And number two is stop over explaining yourself. Melinda, sorry for your loss, Melinda. I see that. I'm working towards understanding who I am without the mask. I think I know that I self-doubt. And guys, look, if you're unmasking, you have to give yourself some time to not only understand who you are and figure out who you are, but give the people around you some time to figure out who the new you is. And the new you is really the old you, but because you've been masking for so long, you don't know who you are anymore. It takes a while to understand who you are, especially if you've been masking. And I'm on that unmasking journey myself. So I'm learning things about myself that I didn't know, and I have to accept it. I'm learning that I don't like loud environments as much as I like them. The city life is kind of wearing on me. I may move to a ranch or a farm somewhere where I can be, understimulated as opposed to being overstimulated. I'm learning a lot about myself as I'm unmasking, and you have to give yourself permission to learn yourself, because sometimes your idea of yourself is different from what you find out to be true about you, if that makes sense. So you have to give yourself some time to really just know who you are. Just know who you are. Exactly. Oh, you feel me. You feel me. And J Bug on TikTok says, you are so on point. Thank you for sharing. What you do is important. J Bug, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And asking, after a long-term relationship failure, it's even harder. You have to figure out who you are alone without them, and then I'm asking. Right. Look, after a long-term relationship, you become so enmeshed with that person that you have to figure out who you are and what you like. It's really hard after a long-term relationship. It's really hard. From people who've been dating somebody for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and then you get a divorce or you split apart, it's hard. Figure out just who you are. I'm unmasking phases. No, it's stressful. And look, think about this. Sometimes we talk about neurotypicals not understanding us, but really think about this. If you met somebody, right, and when you met them, they met your mask, and then you met them, or maybe their mask, whoever they are. If people meet the masked version of you, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you start to unmask, they're not going to know who you are. So you have to give them some grace, because they don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. So give them some grace and let them acclimate themselves to the new you, which is really the old you. It's starting to sound like a Drake lyric now. Oh my goodness. No, it really is deep. Don't let anybody tell you this is not deep. This is really as deep as you think it is. This stuff is really deep. This is really deep. It is really deep. You'll learn some things about yourself that you weren't ready to learn. You'll figure out what you really regard as a priority. Like I have learned so much about myself in my unmasking journey. I learned that I cared more about people's opinions than I thought I did. I was always like, oh, I don't really care. And as I unmasked, I realized that I was doing things to impress people, and I didn't know that I was doing certain things. But as you unmask and really learn who you are, you gotta be nice to yourself, because some things that you learn is not like you didn't want to learn it, but damn it, we're here. We learned it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Why should we mask for this messed up world? Well, you mask so you can get a job. You mask so you can have people. You want people to date you, and like you see folks out there dating and kissing on other folks. You want to kiss on some people too. You want to go out to some of these events. You want to have fun. You want to soak up the sun. You want to live life, so we mask. There's a real reason why we mask. We have to understand that once you're ready to be yourself again, give yourself time. Because what do you mean you've been masking for 42 years, and one February afternoon you decided to become yourself again? That's too much pressure on yourself. That's too much pressure on yourself. They look so shocked when, right? And sometimes you'll be shocked too. You'll be shocked too. Thank you for teaching me, Angela. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You honestly helped me understand who I am. Cynthia, I appreciate that. And Leah, I'm not sure if masking is like putting on makeup, because to my knowledge, now I'm not a woman, and I guess guys can put on makeup, but you get my point here. Women normally take off their makeup at night, right? So you put on the makeup or the concealer or the mascara. I got 3 sisters, so I know a thing or two about this. I got 3 sisters, and I dated way too many women, So I know a thing or two about mascara and concealer and eyeliner and foundation. But you're supposed to take that off at the end of the night. But when it comes to masking, you keep the mask on when you go to sleep. Because if you're dating somebody and you're sleeping with that person, they don't know who the real you is. You keep that mask on, but you take off the foundation and all that stuff. I'm impressed by how much I know about this. I know a thing or two. And Carrie says, dating, what's that? Yeah, a lot of us have chosen not to date. And I get it. I get it. It's difficult. It's difficult dating. We need to have some live streams where we talk about dating. Show TikTok fans some love. All right. I'm going to keep a better eye on the TikTokers. It's like putting a costume on. The makeup comes off when we're safe, just like the mask. This is funny right here. This is funny right here. Oh, man. And it is time for a water break. No dating. So are y'all just not dating? Done dating. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm seeing a pattern here. Let me go get some water, and I got to tinkle as well. Dang. Are all y'all done dating? Mickey Ficky. Hold that thought while I go pee. We overshare over here. So I'm going to go pee. Quick number 1 and get some water. And Tomatoes on TikTok is saying, no dating, too overstimulating. And MS on TikTok says, I'm dating, but it's not going to last. I promise. What do you mean? Oh, Mickey Ficky. All right. Hold that thought. Yeah, boy, I got to go pee and get some water. Hold down for me, Zoe. Take over the live stream. Hold it down for your boy. Your boy has to pee. Closed doors. All right, I'm back. I went ahead and peed And I did not flush the toilet, since some of y'all don't like, even I don't like the way that sound when you flush the toilet. I don't really like the sound myself. So you wash your hands. I did a little quick rinse. I did a quick rinse. not no full washing of your hands, because you're supposed to wash it for 20 seconds and sing happy birthday. And I didn't do that. Facts. Big cheers. Time for the water break. I did do the helicopter. Is that when you pee like around the toilet bowl instead of peeing into the water, so that way it doesn't make that noise? If that's a helicopter, then that's what I did. I got good aim. Please don't over-explain. Oh wait. Max says single yet, not because I'm choosing to me. Okay, so are a lot of people just done with dating? 40 seconds. Nah, that's just too long. That's too long. 20 seconds. I did me a little 3-second, and I only wash my right hand. Because I only use my right hand. But I don't over-explain. Am I the only one who just really washes my right hand? Okay. All right. I know I'm not the only one who just washes the right hand after they pee. It can't just be me. Tomatoes is saying dating is a monthly subscription and it's canceled. Oh, wow. Liv says I had to end it. Even canceled the trip to Turks. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Best way to avoid dating is to say that you're married when you're actually... I don't know what the helicopter means. Gotcha. All right. Gotcha. I was going to tell you everything. Like, I was going to tell you like how it would be, all right. I think social media has changed the way people connect. It's not the same as meeting in person. I do agree with that. I was done with dating and tripped and fell into a relationship. Buddy, congratulations. I don't understand dating. That makes 10 of us, including me. I'm done with bothering, even trying to make friends anymore. Making friends is hard. I've been thinking about how to make friends. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I feel like I don't date other people until I can date myself in a healthy way. Respect, Sylvia. Respect, Sylvia. Oh, you have to know about the hand washer. You don't want to know. I only wash one hand because I only use one hand. I got good aim. I don't even need that much assistance. I could probably even pee without hands, honestly. I'm in love with love. Oh, wow. But just feel satisfied with the progress of other people's relationships. I took a year off dating. Oh, wow. Okay. Shout out to people that hate the way the toilet sounds when it flushes. That's me over here. I don't understand flirting, dress to impress. I understand when someone's flirting with me. Well, Leah, good thing you found your partner. Good thing. Because these streets out here is... What do you use to wash water? I didn't use soap. I just use water. I ain't gonna lie. Just a little bit of water. I was done. Was gonna be a crazy chicken lady. Then I randomly found my first ever healthy relationship. Elizabeth says tips for dating. Tell us how to do the apps the correct way. So Elizabeth, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out myself. I'm not the expert in dating. I'm trying to figure it out myself. I don't know. I don't use the apps first and foremost, so I don't know how the apps would work. Let me see. I used the apps one time in 2019 after a breakup, and honestly, I was just on the apps to hook up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I'm like, I'm looking for fun time, fun time. Not long time, just fun time. But I did meet some people that I thought I could maybe date. But I mean, I deleted the apps after like 6 weeks, 2 months. I wasn't on the apps for long. So if you're on the apps and you see my face, it's not Kojo, it's Cujo, and he will bite you. So be careful. But some people have found their person off the apps. I couldn't give you too much advice about the apps. All I say is just be careful. Meet in the daytime, meet in broad daylight. Just be careful. Just be careful. Yeah. That's exactly what I am. Guilty as charged. Sometimes people say things in the street. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. All guys on apps want is fun time. Well, guess what? All guys want off the apps is also fun time. Like that's how that's how we were wired. But if you find somebody who wants fun time and something deeper, I think that's the key right there. And deeper. Yeah. I gotta use soap. I gotta use soap. Being a virgin helps you be fun. I agree. Jim Carrey, Martin Lawrence, like, I wish I had a dating coach. I think that's a waste of money, honestly. Don't use apps. Crazy people on apps. Well, I'm crazy. I'm not on the apps. I'm married, but prefer my independence. Thankfully, my partner enjoys his alone time as well. That's also very important, to find somebody who enjoys alone time as well. I hate those sneezes where it's coming and it doesn't come. It's like I'm holding on hostage until I actually sneeze. I'm like, I'm holding myself hostage. Mickey Ficky. Tell a friend when you go meet somebody. I think you should, just for personal safety. Just for personal safety. I can't have fun without an intellectual and emotional connection. Okay. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of folks feel that way. Never again with the apps. Met the worst ex of my Mac. How many bad exes did you have? Oh, you could have lost your life. Oh well. I'm sound like that's traumatic. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. My goodness. Yeah, like I said, be careful. Like just be careful out here on these streets. Be very careful. Hey, Lindsay, how are you? Too many social skills in dating. A guy named Randy says, which apps? Randy, which apps are there? I'm not sure. I'm what? Plenty of Fish, Hinge, Tinder, Black People Meet. I think that's an app. Black People Meet. I don't know. I don't know if I find that funny. Oh, Lizzie, I'm good. I'm good. Just a lot of traveling. So I'll be able to stay put in one place for a little bit, and that's cool. Lots of people meet on Facebook date section. Oh, okay. Shout out to Facebook dating. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm a big fan of Facebook. So, no, I'm in tune with what the different apps are. I just don't know I wouldn't know what to do. Like if I downloaded the apps today, my profile photo will be me going like this. Like I don't know how it would work. I'm probably like this. Oh, Black People Meet is a dating app? Okay. All right, I got it. Stay up and play. Oh, eHarmony. I forgot about eHarmony. eHarmony. Um, Christian. There's one for Christians. What's the name? Christian Mingle, or there's one for Christians. Facebook dating in my area is all people. Facebook dating is interesting. Okay. I gotcha. Christian Mingle. Okay, I was right. Christian Mingle. That Christian Mingle. Yeah, I mean, guys, like it could be. Oh, someone said, "How's your girl?" Oh, I ain't got no girl no more. I'm on the streets. I'm back on the streets. Like I've been on the streets waving to y'all. Y'all ain't see me on the streets. I'm back on the streets. Yeah, I'm back on the streets, guys. I'm back on the streets. But no disrespect to her. She's a great girl. I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one in all the relationships. Oh, you met on the PlayStation. Okay. And I update y'all. I've been chilling. Angela, I'm chilling right now. I'm chill. Oh, Tomato says, "Welcome back. We missed you." Oh my gosh. Oh no, God, look, the content that I post, I don't just post this content as if like I read about it on a blog somewhere. Like I live this life. It's very difficult to be with somebody. And this is not an indictment on my ex, but my goodness, it's hard to be with somebody. It's hard to have somebody in your space. It's hard to live with somebody. It's hard to deal with somebody's mood swings. I'm already crazy and I have to deal with it's a lot. And I'm a workaholic. I love my work. Like this is why I love doing this. After I get done with this, I'm gonna make some videos for my Patreon. I'm gonna make some YouTube videos. I'm gonna look for some videos to stitch. I love my work. I'm crazy. I'm obsessed. I'm crazy. I love my work. I can't wait to wake up in the morning and make more videos. Like that's what I love doing. Like I can't wait to write more jokes. I can't wait to go to the open mic. I can't wait to get to Houston on the 26th of April. I can't wait to go to Nashville the next month. I can't wait to add Chicago and Seattle and New York. Like this is what I love doing. And I forgot, but now I realize how crazy that's not normal. Like the average person in their early 30s is looking to like marry and like I'll marry at some point and put 6 kids inside of her belly. But for right now, like I don't know. I can't give you all my time. Like I'm a little maniacal. There's a couple of screws loose. You need to date an LA live streamer. Oh no, I think I'm done with women in Los Angeles. I think I'm done with women in Los Angeles. I think I'm done with LA girls. No disrespect, but I'm done with women in California or LA. Nah. I'm done. I'm done with women in LA. Nah. Situation like previous ex. Who was the first? I mean, all the relationships end the same way. Like, I wake up one day and I'm like, I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. Like, all my relationships end the same way. Like, I wake up and I realize I'm stressed and I ask for a breakup. And that's what I did. And, she wouldn't let me break up with her. So I had to write like a whole Declaration of Independence. I had to like write some commandments. Like I had to fight for my independence. I had to call up Nelson Mandela and figure out how he, I had to fight for my independence, guys. I had to fight for it. I had to fight for it. I really had to fight for my independence. Um, oh man, but one wonderful girl, one wonderful. Like I have nothing but respect for her. Great. I'm a better person because I met her. So I don't have a negative dating experience. Is this me? Like people wonder what work it takes to have almost 6 million followers and 100 million monthly views on social media. It takes everything. It takes everything. Like I don't know if people think that it looks easy, but it takes a lot of work. A lot goes into this, and it's probably more than I should be doing, but I enjoy doing this. Like I can't be stripped away from this. I would be very unhappy if I couldn't do this anymore. And then I wouldn't be a pleasant person to be around. Like I love this. I really love this. I love this. Yeah, Nicole, I'm done with women in Los Angeles. I am. Try Seattle or a different city. Okay, maybe so. Maybe so. LA girls all look the same. I can't recognize. But they look good though. But see, that's my problem. I'm like, oh, she look good. That's my problem. Travis, that's my problem. I know my problem is. We're gonna get more chilled. Are they not chilled out? I feel like they're already chilled. And I don't like. So I think earlier Max said that his ex had put his life in danger. Like I don't have experiences like that. I have pretty good experiences. I don't have like, I mean, I'm sure a couple of bad ones, but I don't really have like bad experiences. They end the same way with me needing my independence. Like, me searching for my freedom, like needing my freedom. The after party on TikTok. When I go live at the right time, I will be adding those again. Yes. Get that. No, yeah. Move to Tennessee, get me a farm, marry a country girl, give her 6 kids, maybe 7. Yeah. LA baddies are too bougie. Noble and sending money. Yeah. When my mom came to California, and I took her to some nice restaurants, and she was just so happy to be eating the nice food and everything. I was like, man, I should do more for my mom. I should do more for my mom. Like I should do more for my mom. And Mike, you bring up a really good point right here. I didn't know I was autistic when I was dating. If I did, maybe they could have been better. On a serious note, like I actually thought, I was like, I might have to go. I mean, I can diagnose myself because I'm Dr. Coder, but this relationship really made me think about going to get a diagnosis myself. Real talk. I'm like, nah, because like my thinking is so rigid. Like I can't be taken off of what I'm doing. Like if I'm working on something and I'm taken off of it, it just like I hate the last minute interruptions. Like I have to do what I'm doing. So one of the biggest reasons why I say people should pursue a diagnosis is because you'll be nicer to yourself, right? You'll know that, oh, I'm autistic. That's why this wasn't working. Okay, I'll do better next time. So facts. Oh yeah, my mom really appreciated it. And I remember my mom, we pull up at the restaurant, Bakari, Sherman Oaks, right? We get to the restaurant, and then there's like a group of 6 girls walking in, and they're wearing like very little. And my mom was like, do you like that? I'm like, yeah, Mom, I like that. That's why I live here. I like that. That's why I'm living here. I like how they dress. I like how they look. That's what's wrong with me. Matt, have you diagnosed me? Perfect. Matt, I'm guilty as charged. Matt, you make a good point. You make a good point. When people ask me if they should get diagnosed or not, I'm like, would it matter? Would it make a difference? Because it can be expensive. Matt, you make a good point. Matt, you make a really good point. Really good point. Hey, I'm taking a photo of this. Oh, Matt, I love you, man. I'm weak. Welcome to the other side of the family. People who are artistic already know. Yeah, no, and I've suspected, I've suspected. I like that candy. Yeah, I do, but see, as I've been unmasking, I've been realizing that I just need me a girl that's good for my nervous system. Like I said, move to the middle of nowhere, Tennessee. We're gonna have 6, 7 kids. And one thing that I told myself was that I don't want kids with more than one woman. I don't know if that means anything to y'all, but it's just something that, my dad had kids by 2 different women, and that's not like a lot. I mean, I've seen people with more, but I want to have kids with just one woman. I don't like drama. Like I want simple life. So if I put one baby in you, I'm putting 6 more. She's gonna have to run away. She's like, no. Oh, Leilani, we'll go for 1 hour and 30. And oh yeah, we went on a whole tangent. Let me we went on a whole different tangent. Thank you for bringing me back on track, guys, because I really like number 3. I like number 3. No, 7 kids is a lot. Like, I'm asking for a lot. I know. It's a lot. And how do you experience autism as a guy? Curious, I'm in a relationship with one. Well, Saint, I'll tell you, a lot of mood swings, and I'm writing out all the 3 points for people who maybe missed 1 and 2. A lot of mood swings. What else? A lot of mood swings. A lot of rigid thinking, black and white thinking. A lot of arguments from feeling like you're misunderstood. A lot of changing your mind on certain things. I'm just giving you what my experience has been. Did you see that much? I should look at the research. Lindsay, what research? What research? And somebody says, undiagnosed RDH is the most at home I've felt with myself in 42 years. No diagnosis required. Stephanie, I feel the same exact way. Now, I do have the ADHD diagnosis, but like some people don't need that official diagnosis. I take alprazolam for my nervous system, everyday rapid thoughts. You can talk to multiple people. Matt, coach me up. Having to get on medications. I did have to get on more medications. And I'm not going to say that that's because of my ex. No, I won't put that on her. But I did have to get on more medications. So I'm like, no, the pill box is getting bigger. This is how my grandma ended up with 25 pills. No. Here are the 3 things once again. Number 1, stop playing small. Number 2, stop overexplaining yourself. And number 3, stop going out of your way to avoid rejection. And when I say stop going out of your way to avoid rejection, I'm talking about the things that we do to self-sabotage because we don't want to feel rejection. So a lot of us have a complicated relationship with rejection, and we'll do anything to avoid it. You rejection and you just don't mix. It's like oil and water. And the funny thing is that rejection is a part of success. You have to be rejected sometimes. You have to go through some failure in order to get to where you want to get to. But because of how bad it feels to be rejected, it takes you back to when you were a kid and you have to deal with those uncomfortable emotions. So because of that, you go out of your way to avoid rejection. But if you go out of your way to avoid rejection, you also inadvertently self-sabotage, and you go out of your way to avoid success because you're not failing forward. So we have a very complicated relationship with rejection. And if you want to not be rejected, just stay in the house. Like, you can stay in the house and don't talk to anybody. And whether it's dating or whether it's going up for jobs or whether you're trying to make friends or whether you're working on an app, whatever it is, if you just stay at home and you don't interact with people, you won't be rejected. That's the good news. But the bad news is that you won't find your tribe. You won't find your people. And when you're home, you have a lot of inside thoughts. That's a fast track to being depressed. You got to really watch out for inside thoughts. When you have those thoughts, those self-sabotaging thoughts, and you feel bad about yourself, it's good to go outside. Even if you go in the backyard and take off your shoes and you just walk so that your feet can feel the grass, that will get the job done. Just don't spend so much time inside the house. You can't outthink your way of a mental problem. You have to do something that you haven't done. So that thing could involve you being rejected. And that could really suck, guys. Like, rejection doesn't feel good for any of us. But on the other side of rejection is the life that you actually want. So be careful about going out of your way to avoid rejection. We need to interact with people. We have to leave the house. We've got to leave the house, guys. We have to leave the house. Carrie, masking is a part of this. When you over-explain, that could be a part of you trying to keep the mask up. Going out of your way to avoid rejection, that could be because you don't want to feel the emotions. When you unmask, that's when you start to feel things for real, for real. One thing that you'll see when you try to unmask initially could be substance use. Because, like, if you're used to doing things high, then you don't deal with a lot of negative emotions because you're high or you're drunk, you're tipsy. Like, you don't have to deal with that. But when you go cold turkey or you're on your sobriety journey, now we have to actually feel what we're feeling. That's the hard part. You can't run away from it. We got to feel what we've been avoiding. You can't run away from it. Mike. No. I mean, yeah, you went outside to go get the DoorDash, but I'm talking about, like, getting in the car and driving somewhere. Like, this, just something, all right? Putting yourself out there. I just ate ice cream to make my negative feelings go away despite knowing better. So that's not too bad, actually. Eating, like, when it comes to self-sabotage, think about all of the bad things that you could do. So eating ice cream or eating a whole pizza by yourself, playing video games for 4 hours versus gambling away your life savings. Okay, hooking up with a random stranger unprotected. Like, there's levels to this. So sometimes, if you can, like, when you're working on your sobriety, they tell you to replace one addiction with something else. If you don't replace it with something else, you go back to the other thing. So I call it, harm reduction. A little ice cream never. Yeah. You took the words out of my mouth. A little ice cream never hurt nobody. Like, there's way worse things that we could be doing. There's way worse things. We could be doing hard drugs. Like, it could be way worse. So ice cream ain't nothing wrong with ice cream. Now, if you eat ice cream 3 times a day, every single day for 2 months, now it can be maladaptive. But a little ice cream, ain't gonna hurt nobody. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. I don't eat carbs during the week. Well, Mac, if you eat carbs on our random Tuesday, it ain't gonna hurt you. But you got a streak that you're keeping up. I know you want to keep it up, but carbs on a Tuesday night, Ain't gonna hurt you. And no, number 3 is very difficult. It's very, I mean, like I personally have struggled with that a lot because I don't like rejection. It's funny that I don't like rejection because I've experienced so much of it and I've seen how beneficial rejection has been for me. Rejection has been really good for me. Not in the moment, but it's helped me out a lot. But for some reason, I do my best to avoid that feeling. I just don't want to feel that feeling of rejection or feeling like I'm less than. I hate that feeling. I hate it so bad. I hate it so bad, but it's, on the other side of that is something that's really good. So I have to remind myself that the rejection leads to good things. But sometimes I just I don't want to feel it. I don't. And I have self-sabotaged multiple times because I've done this in relationships where I've broken up with somebody because I didn't want them to break up with me, or I'll talk myself out of an opportunity that was meant for me because I didn't want to feel some uncomfortable emotion. Even when I got my Netflix TV credit on John Mulaney's special, was it 2 years ago, I didn't want to do it. At the time, I was in Dallas, and I told my assistant that I'm not flying back home to LA. I don't want to do Netflix. He's like, Kojo, you've been wanting to do Netflix this whole time. What do you mean you're not going to go back home? I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I went back home, and then, we shot the thing for Netflix. But I was going to self-sabotage because I was feeling bad, right? So it can be difficult to know that you're self-sabotaging. Now, when you know, you can do better. But if you don't know, then that's when it kind of sucks. Since having your personal brand, have you dealt with nonprofits much? Random question. Nonprofits. A little bit. I think I feel like I've donated to a couple that I felt connected to the cause. But nothing comes to mind. But I feel like I've donated to a couple of nonprofits and worked with a few. Yeah. Self-sabotage. Oh, it's called Everybody. What is it called? Everybody Loves LA. Everybody Lives in LA. John Mulaney. It's his Netflix special from 2 years ago, and it's the second episode. It should be towards the beginning of the second episode, so you should see me on there. I'm wearing my tan suit. I'm doing my best to look handsome. So check it out. Check it out. Oh, of course, you thought I was normal. You thought I was normal? I ain't normal. But I can pretend to be normal, though. I have a pretty good mask. I will say that. I've studied neurotypicals enough. I can pretend to be normal. I do a pretty good job of appearing normal. I mean, I can't fool Matt, but I can fool, a lot of people. I can fool a lot of people. Yep. I think the trauma kind of helped me get through school. I'm a very picky eater. I'm the most picky eater that I know. Honestly, I'm an extremely picky eater. I mean, this is probably the first sign that my parents should have taken me to get an autism checkup or a diagnosis. Being a picky eater, I couldn't pronounce my words correctly. They almost took me to speech therapy, but we were poor, so it's like, all right, you're gonna have to figure out these words on your own. So guess what? I figured out the words on my own. I learned how to talk. I ain't had no choice. We ain't have no money. Ain't no money for speech therapy. So you just kind of, look in the mirror and then you figure things out. Like I figured out how to pronounce my R's, my T's. I had no choice. Normal bores us. Oh yeah. Normal bores me as well. Would I ever do a reality TV or game show? Oh yeah, I would. And before the strike in LA, I can talk about it now. But I was talking to the networks about a show. It was a unscripted show, and I was very excited about the show. But after the strike, the talks just kind of, like we didn't get anywhere with it. But any idea that I feel very confident about and strongly about, I would bring it up, on my own. Like I just have to self-fund these projects. And that's fine. Like if I really believe in something, I will just put my own money behind it and hire my own folks and just put it out here to y'all. Because like that's what's really important. I don't have a desire, like there's no desire to prove anything to anybody in Hollywood or in California. Like I had that for a long time. Now I don't care. As long as my community, my online family like what I put out, that's the most important thing to me. So I still can't pronounce my R's. Second grade speech. I couldn't say. I couldn't say girl, so I'll replace it with the word female. I mean, I was able to say girls, even if I said it as goals. You know, goals have cooties. Goals. I think I'm a nice person, Ms. Bailey. I think I'm nice. And y'all freeze up talking to people about things you're comfortable. I do this every now and then. Yeah, I do this every now and then. I don't know why. Speech therapy, being a picky eater. Yeah, I'm sure there's more. I mean, I couldn't read until I was in second grade. That's another one. Chicken skin. I'm the same way. I don't like chicken skin. DNP, doctorate of nursing practice, specialty in psychiatry. Burnout from Unmasking. Whenever I'm burnt out, I just kind of hide out in my room and I play video games for like a week or two, and then I pop back out and I try and pick up where I left off at. But I still want some type of social interaction, like even just going to the gym or going to the grocery store so I can talk to somebody. My husband and I struggle our marriage because his issues clash with my issues. Look, for those people out there who are neurodivergent and you're in relationships where the other person could be neurospicy or neurotypical, but your issues clash with their issues, I'm telling you guys, it's hard. It's hard. And that was part of the reason why I put in my official petition for my independence in my last relationship, because I was becoming a jerk. I feel like I was becoming an asshole, and I'm not. That's not who I am. But I needed to breathe. You know, I'm a free bird. I like, you know, I needed to breathe, and in a way, I feel like maybe I let her down, but it was an amicable split, and she knows that I tried. So I was able to get my independence. Yeah, Lindsay, at one point I would say I was chasing stats, because you get to California, you see the bright lights and you see the billboards, and I've been on billboards before, and you know, you want to get back on those billboards, but the highs, like that's the one thing about LA that it's still hard for me to wrap my head around. The highs are so high, but the lows are so low, and there's no amount of you know, women or drugs or money that can fix it. Like the lows are just so low, and it's the worst place to be depressed at, because you know, I'm on the West Coast by myself. I don't have family out here. Like the lows just get so low, and I can't do that anymore. As I'm getting older, I can't do that whole roller coaster. No, like if you like me, cool. If you don't like me, that's fine. But I will not tap dance for anybody. I won't pretend to be something to get a TV show or a Netflix. No, like I'm going direct to consumer. I'm putting my own money behind what I believe in, and I'm going straight to consumer. I'm putting it out for y'all. So as long as y'all rock with it, I'm rocking with it. But I can't do that emotional roller coaster anymore. It's just too much. It's too much. Too much for me. Can you have Catherine, good question, because yes, you can. You can have a learning disability and autism. Great question. But just because you have autism doesn't mean that you have a learning disability. I hope I'm not confusing you here. Does that make sense? So you can have both, but just because you have one doesn't mean that you have the other. Yeah, good question. Good question. Right. I got almost 3 million followers on TikTok. We're going to get to 2.9 soon. We're at 1.9 million on Facebook. We'll be at 2 million on Facebook shortly. We're at 600 something thousand on Instagram. We'll get to 1 million on Instagram this year. I hope to get to 500,000 on YouTube this year. Within the next 2-3 months, we should be at 6 million followers. So, like, I go direct to consumer, and that's why I appreciate y'all so much. Like, it doesn't take a lot of energy for me to come on these live streams. Now, it takes energy for me to actually like walk here and like click the buttons. But the live stream is easy for me. The emails are hard for me. The tabs that I have open, the emails I have to review, that's hard for me. But these live streams, nah. Making content, nah. Like I'm obsessed with this, and I feel like it's it's both ways. Like, y'all appreciate me as well, so I'm obsessed with this. How do you decide you want to be direct to consumer? Because I was waiting in LA, like I was waiting for an opportunity to pop up, not realizing that I'm Dr. Coder, damn it. Like, I'm the best in the world at what I do. Like, what do you mean I'm waiting for somebody to give me a show? I hire people to make content all the time. I could put my own money behind an idea, which is what I've been doing. And I've been way happier since I've been doing that. Like I'm way happier just putting my money behind ideas that I believe in. And when I make a video and people really connect with it, that's the best feeling, because I'm like, yes, like I felt this too. So if you felt this, then we're in sync. That's what I really care about. Right. And it's all making the brand better. So, I mean, if somebody in Hollywood wants to come along and, add on to what I'm doing, sure. But I'm not waiting for nobody. And I may even like turn down with, different things. Like, these are my people right here. These are my folks right here. I didn't have any accommodations in university. Like, do you want the real answer? I was able to finish because I had to. Because if I didn't graduate school, like, poverty was waiting for me. And I grew up poor, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Like, I had no option. Like, my accommodations were poverty. Like, not wanting to ask my dad for $5 or $10. Back in the day, I could stretch $10 a whole week. Believe it or not. It sounds crazy, but I could stretch $10 a whole week, or at least from Monday to Thursday. Like, I could make it stretch. Nowadays, you can't really do that. You can't really do that, but back in 2011, you could. Twitch is good. I also live stream to Twitch as well. Yeah, we're streaming to Twitch as well. Yep. So these should be on my Twitch too. Promise Cross, I appreciate you. Oh, Trish, no, I'm not playing it small at all. I'm not playing it small at all. When I believe in something, I go all out. Like, we're gonna go to Houston. We're gonna have our crew there. It's gonna be a great show in Houston. We're gonna bring people to record not only the performers but also the audience as well. Like, it's gonna be a special night on the 26th of April. It's gonna be a special night. And then the next month in Nashville, that's going to be a great night too. That's my hometown, and I'm getting to perform in front of family members, and online family. Oh man, it's going to be dope. Leilani, I appreciate that. Give me 7 more minutes, and and then we'll be good. And also, yeah, this is the Q&A section. Q&A section. April the 26th in Houston, Suave. The link should be in the bio. I think that should be the first link. And then the next month we're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. I appreciate that. I like the heads up. That way, like, I won't forget. Indianapolis. I haven't been to Indy in a long time. I would hope that we can come out there to Indianapolis. I would love to come out there. Many people didn't know what was wrong with them. Many people were addicted to drugs because of it. Many more people died over this. Many autistic people are homeless. People with good backgrounds should be feeling grateful because they're blessed. Matt, I could not agree more. If you are autistic and you come from a privileged background, you are blessed. Don't make anybody don't let anybody make you feel bad for it. Because I've seen people try and shame other people because their parents had money. Like, how does that make any sense? You're gonna shame me because my parents like were able to give me, a good financial, upbringing and advantage. No, like I didn't have that, but I don't make people feel bad because they had a financial advantage. Because if you're neurodivergent, you kind of need a financial advantage because you're already behind the 8 ball as it is. You're more liable to be homeless. You're more liable to, struggle to keep a job. You're more liable to become an addict. So if you have some type of a financial background or heads up, oh no, you take that and don't let anybody make you feel bad about that. You take that. You take that. Your videos are why I know I have ADHD. I relate to that so much. Rebecca, me too. Me too. Me too. But Lilana, I appreciate the fact that you're even keeping up with everything. Why am I coming to Canada? I was in Vancouver a couple months ago. And that was just a random pop-up. Like I just popped up in Vancouver. I messaged the club and I said, hey, I'm going on tour. The tour starts off in Houston. And this is last year. Like last year I got burnt out. So I had to postpone all the dates. And last year, the tour, we would have started off in Houston, which is why I wanted to start off in Houston this year. Cause I just felt like, I disappointed y'all. I ran out of gas. I felt like I let the people down. So I'm like, guys, I can't do it now. I'm out of energy. But when my social battery is recharged and when I feel good, we will start off in Houston, I promise. So that's why we're starting off in Houston this year. Trish, I appreciate you. Kentucky, I'd love to come to Kentucky. What clubs y'all have in Kentucky? For Wolf, mom says, I'm blessed. I even brought my son up. He's in college and now we're learning together. That's what's up. That's what's up. Struggling with task transitions lately. I feel like it came out of nowhere. It's been bad lately. Look, when you know that it's hard to transition between tasks, I think it can be helpful to set up your environment so you can quickly go from one thing to the next. Because I struggle so bad with transitions. It's hard. Like that's why I'll be late for the live stream sometimes. Like I've even thought about putting this computer in a different room if like it's like in clear view for me, or maybe working here before the live stream so that way I can just quickly hop on the live. But I'm also looking for different tips and tricks to help me transition quicker because there's a delay between tasks for me, and this sucks. Leilani's on YouTube. Stephanie, I'm looking forward to seeing you in Houston. I'm looking forward. Marceline, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So Brandon, I'm a big fan. And look, I just want to say this is not medical advice, guys. This is not medical advice because TikTok doesn't want me. Yeah. So what I like to do, I like to use L-methylfolate, which is the active form of folate that the body can use. And it's been helpful for me, helping me with mood swings and just being irritable. So L-methylfolate has probably been the most beneficial thing for me outside of my prescribed medications. Then also L-theanine has been helpful. I think that helps also to keep me calm. Protein first thing in the morning. So I wake up, I quickly go and mix up my milk with my Jocko Gold protein first thing in the morning, because if not, I'll forget. So that's been helpful for me. So that's just what I do, because I don't want people to think that I'm giving you like medical advice, but that's what I do, and it's been very helpful. Also, magnesium to help me go to sleep, because I'm like a horse. You got to put me down with something. It's just hard for me to go to sleep. So I take magnesium, and that helps me go to sleep. So yeah, Juanita, do it. Do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Especially if you feel like it's been placed on your heart to do it. It's taking me an hour to even get out of bed. Me too. And what I do is I set my alarm for like 45 minutes before I want to actually wake up. So that way when I, hit the snooze a couple of times, I wake up like 15 minutes late. But I mean, that's been my whole life. Like, it's just hard for me to get out of bed. So I look for different tips and tricks, and I turn things into a game. So, yes, Suave. Yeah. Suave, I can't wait to see you in Houston. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8 o'clock. You'll be coming straight from work. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be a vibe. I can't wait to see you there. Houston's going to be an amazing, amazing time. And I'm bringing some neurodivergent friends from California. And I didn't do it on purpose. These are just my friends who I find to be funny, who are helping me out with the show. But all of my friends are Neurospicy. I think all of us have ADHD for sure. And there's some undiagnosed autism amongst us. And we'll let y'all guess who has it. But yeah, there's definitely some undiagnosed autism amongst us. And Spencer, I appreciate you. I mean, if I come out here and I'm capping, if I'm coming out here and I'm lying to y'all, then I mean, what's the whole point of that? Like, why lie? You can just be yourself. It's easier to just be yourself. So that's my approach. So Lilai's laughing. All right, guys. So that will wrap up today's live stream. We'll be back on. Oh, I gotta get to some emails. We'll be back on Thursday at 6 o'clock California time, which is 9 o'clock in New York City, which is 8 o'clock in Tennessee, which is 7 o'clock in Phoenix, which is 6 o'clock in Seattle, which is 5 o'clock in Alaska, which is 4 o'clock in Hawaii. And I think that 9 Eastern time is, I think that's 2 a.m. in London. Because we have some people in the UK that I've been watching and supporting. So that'll be 2 a.m. in London. So this is a great live stream. A great live stream. Thank you so much for your attention, Mac. I appreciate that. Stephanie, I just like protein. Well, I do the cookies and cream Jocko Go protein because it tastes good and I'm a kid. So yeah, Kendra, correct. 6 o'clock p.m. No, 6 PST. So 6 o'clock California time, 9 o'clock EST. I think it's 8 o'clock CST. 8 o'clock CST. And Texas, Houston, Texas, April 26th at 8 o'clock. Doors open at 7. So appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all at the next live stream, y'all. Take care. Peace. And try and get some sleep. And I'll do my best to follow my own advice. All right. Love y'all.